Guys, welcome to part two of the House of Red podcast. I'm joined by my bro, soldier in arms. We've been
Yes, yes,
through hell and back,
right.
isn't it, bro?
That's right.
Yeah. So welcome, welcome, welcome. The COVID-19's got us in lockdown, so we can't hang out as usual. So
We're
yeah, just
still
gonna go.
casting from my heart.
What, bro? I missed that.
We are still podcasting from miles apart.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah. So, yeah, this episode is really exciting because this character is a big deal to me and Z. We grew up with this guy. We love him to bits. This is episode two. This is a review of Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm also joined by Pri as well. She's with me here.
Hi everyone. Hi Z.
Hello.
So yeah, let's get to it. What did you guys think of the film? We saw it a while back, but I think it was a pretty epic movie. I think it was really good for what it is. Like, we were waiting a long time for a good version of Sonic to be on the big screen, and I think they nailed it. I think they did a pretty good job. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, I think that, to be honest, this has been probably the most decent video game film in general that has
Mm,
come out for a while in the movie industry and in general to, fans who like video games and play video games on a regular basis.
mm. Yeah, yeah, no, I totally agree, bro. I mean, we've had a lot of lemony kind of video game adaptations over the last few years. There's a lot of movies that are kind of like Marmite-y. We kind of love hate them, and like Doom was terrible. There were a few that weren't very good. We're always gonna love Street Fighter because technically it's a Van Damme film. So I'm a huge Van Damme fan, so I'll just watch that film just for the fun of it, and it's
Wait,
like just a
wait,
different AU. Yeah, you were saying?
you got to change the channel.
Yeah, exactly. Quickly change the channel. So it's got like lots of wicked things in it. Like Raul Julian was amazing.
Yeah,
This is golden stuff that we'll save for the review. Like when we do a review on this film, I don't want to go too into it because it's so fun. We could just go down a rabbit hole with this kind of stuff. But like adaptations have been hard. They haven't been all that. Like Resident Evil was a completely different take. It started off with the whole, T-virus stuff, but it's slowly kind of evolved into a Miller Jovovich kind of vehicle, So we know that Paul Anderson's good at directing stuff, but he did a wicked adaptation of Mortal Kombat, and no one's really kind of captured that kind of magic. There's been a few people who've tried to make accurate kind of um, like films based on beat 'em ups, but Mortal Kombat Legacy was horrible. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like the kind of like grounded in realism kind of adaptation he tried to do with the work in, the sort of like proof of concept that he did.
Yeah,
And then I didn't even like the adaptation, the other one he did where he had a great cast though. He had a lot of great players. He had like Cary Tagawa back as Sang Song and Mark Dacascos as Kung Lao and stuff. He had some wicked players in that adaptation, but just sadly, just didn't hit the spot. We've got a new Mortal Kombat coming out, so that should be good. It's got the kid from Jimmy Olsen playing Jax and
yeah.
other elements like
When
that. So we're kind of looking forward to that, aren't we? I hope that they do it right. I hope that they do it good because the games are so good now. The games have really kind of kicked it up into high gear. Like 10, 9, and 11 were amazing. Like 11's storyline was excellent.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to this video game and talk about how why it's so good. Why do we think it's a good film?
Yeah, so yeah, bro, tell me, man. This is the round table after all, and I want to get my knight's opinion on this. So, based on your experiences, as a digital designer, media graphic artist, producer, writer, and filmmaker, what do you think works with this film?
I think that with Sonic the Hedgehog, the 2020 film, I think the director and the majority of the cast have captured a nice kind of ambience in character development. Like you've got uh, James Marsden's police officer character, who's like this lonely cop with his girlfriend in this small suburban village, kind of like rural village area. Sorry, and he's trying to kind of get into a bigger city, and he has aspirations to do better stuff. And that's a nice parallel to what Sonic is doing as a character when we first get introduced to him at the start of the film, where he's also like with the kind of mother figure in the film, and then he gets separated and is quite lonely as a character. So the film has some good underlying tones about, ironically, isolation and stuff like that, and trying to gain friendship from unlikely people and individuals and stuff like that. And I think that was the good part of Sonic, where we saw lots of contrast with Jim Carrey's character as Dr. Robotnik and Ben Schwartz's character as Sonic, the titular character of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ben nailed it, didn't he? Ben nailed Sonic so well. I mean, he's such a great actor. I mean, we've been following him since like Parks and Rec days when he played John Ralphio. I mean, it was amazing.
He's so funny as John Ralphio in Parks and Rec.
I love this guy, man. I really want to work with him. Like, he's just so funny, man.
To be honest, I thought when they first announced the casting, I thought he was perfect. And then when there was that hoopla about the first ever trailer, and they had to kind of go back to the drawing board and redesign Sonic's look, I was a little bit concerned, but I wasn't concerned with how Ben Schwartz's performance would be, because he's just a solid actor. Gives a lot.
Yeah. But bro, coming on that, just touching on that subject about the trailer drop, and all the controversy it created. Are you in the school of thought that they intentionally actually had the CGI already prepared in the traditional look, but to kind of like garner more interest in the film, they released this terrible trailer with this other, this other render? Of Sonic. There's a lot of school of thoughts that think that. They think that they wouldn't have made such a massive cock-up with such an expensive film. You know what I mean? And to go back and do all that CGI, it would have been like super costly, and the film still kind of came out on time with any kind of major delays. So, there was a lot of stuff like, on the rumor mill that this was an intentional marketing ploy to make the movie pop better. I'm not sure though. I'm sort of 50-50 about that.
To be honest, I think it was more kind of like they treated the redesign as almost as if it was a reshoot on a film. So normally on films, you would shoot your scheduled timing of shots you would need to achieve by a certain deadline. And then if needed to go back to do reshoots to, tweak something after post or something you see in post that doesn't quite look right, or thematically or narratively, it's not quite right. You go back and do a reshoot. So I think what they've done is quite smart, because they're in the 3D realm of film design and filmmaking. You have a lot of scope to change a lot of things very quickly. Restricted by actor schedules or location schedules and environments. You can create all that within the computer. You're not limited to that. So I don't really think it was, like you said, predestined or pre-done to provoke kind of reaction from the audience. I just think that whoever had designed the original Sonic designed a turd and basically thought that turd was shiny, and then released it to the audience, and then realized the backlash after it blew up on, social media and whatnot about that. I straight away thought that this was fucked up about Sonic looking all weird, having teeth and having this weird boggle eye look and stuff. And You could see in the artwork as well. You could see in the kind of the leaked artwork how he looked a bit weird when he was running with his wobbly legs and his. It was his teeth that was off-putting, to be honest.
Okay, right, yeah. I mean, like they're saying here, in some like notes I made, that Sega weren't happy with his design of his eyes. They were saying that he just looked wrong, and he looked way too kind of like he looks too kind of like realistic-y. Like they were trying to do that Ninja Turtle thing.
No, I mean,
now it kind of works with the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, sorry, you were saying?
I'm just saying that, like, of course they would not be happy because if they created, for example, if Nintendo gave somebody Mario's creation and ended up looking like a 6'2" body built kind of rock looking character, they'd hold on a second, that's not a Mario.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like The Rock plays Mario. Yeah. Imagine that. So, that would be weird, isn't it? Like The Rock's playing Mario in some new adaptation, and he's like, Mario just would take it to the next level or something. That'd be kind of crazy. But yeah, I was kind of like not feeling it when I saw that. And then when I saw the redesign, and there was a fan trailer too that this guy made, where he brought in like the mesh from the render from a game. I think it was like one of the more recent Sonic games, like the new look, and that looked good too. And then like when you compare it to the one that they ended up going with, it's good. Obviously Paramount CGI is really good because it's D-Domain, Blur and all these guys coming together. So they were able to fix it pretty quickly. I think you're right though, thinking back at it, if you've got all these high resolution plates that you've shot in 35, and you've got all these animations of him rolling, smacking into things and doing stuff, you only really need to concentrate on the shots where he's frozen in time or the details there in his face to change the render. So I'm sure it was just a little bit of like, okay, we've got to work double time. I think those guys worked probably there. Like they were burning the midnight oil, getting this thing fixed. And, credit to the director, credit to the team and stuff that they were able to finish, relatively on budget without, it kind of ballooning in such a way. And then on top of that, it's made a great profit. So it's like, like estimated the budget was about 95 mil, and then it's made like 306. And a bit in the box office. So that's good. That's good for them, and also I forgot to mention that Neil H. Moritz produced this.
Yeah.
So he's coming off of Fast and Furious, man. That guy is a top G in the business, man. He's like someone we want to work with one day, I want to make some stuff with Neil, like he looks, he's like a guy that I feel that could channel some of our creative stuff, into something that people would really like. So working with him would be a great thing to do.
Yeah.
And plus the cast as well are amazing. Like Jim Carrey, I've been wanting to work with that guy for years, since Batman Forever days. Love that guy. He's just an awesome actor. Jimmy Marsden, that guy's a top G. He was just wasted as Cyclops. Like the rest of the cast really killed it. And I always love Paramount Pictures stuff. They're like one of my most favorite studios. If I could work for them, them, Sony, MGM, they're my top guys. Warner Brothers. I love all these dudes. Like I want us to kind of get there. So what else did you like about the film?
I also liked Jim Carrey's performance. He was kind of like channeling a bit of Ace Ventura and The Mask in this portrayal of Dr. Robotnik. And the overall CGI was very good as well. I thought it wasn't too cartoony looking. The CGI for his drones looked quite good. His spaceship thought and the kind of retrospective that Sonic's talking about was very good. The sense of speed with Sonic was also very good. How they kind of like emulated the stuff we saw in other films, like the Quicksilver effect and slowing down time and showing off Sonic's speed was really good. You don't really see that in the game until you kind of play the newer 3D Sonic games, because obviously for retro gamers like us and people listening, if they played the old Sonic games, the sense of speed was more on a 2D plane and you would just see it as like a blur.
Mm.
as they've kind of emulated Sonic in this film as having more kind of lightning powers and effects that come with his speed, which is
Mm.
nice. My only small criticism is that when he was at the start of the film, when he's playing the youngest, when we see the younger Sonic, we don't really hear enough of the kind of classic Sonic kind of music in the film. The film has a very traditional movie score that's been brought forward by whoever the composer is. I'm not sure who the composer is on the film. If they've gone for a very traditional film-like soundtrack and score film, and they didn't really incorporate enough, in my opinion, of the classic tones and sounds and music of the Sega game. I thought they could have done a bit more, but there's scope for that maybe in the sequel. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, hopefully they open it up. There's a bit of a coda at the end. I don't want to spoil it for people because this, I'll say mild spoilers on the podcast anyway. But we do see the arrival of a particularly exciting character. Like one of Sonic's buddies comes to find him at the end of the film. So that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's a nice little note at the end of the film. Let me get Pree's input on this because she's kind of been like a bit out of the conversation. She's just been listening to us. I want to get her to jump in and give me her thoughts on this. So this is a roundtable after all. So Pree, tell me what you thought about the movie.
So finally, my feedback, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still here, behind. Anyway, I love the game, the Sonic game, and I was pretty much addictive to it. And I didn't know that Ray liked the game as well, isn't it?
Yeah, no,
and we both were like,
for like a long time.
Yeah, we both were like competing with each other with the game, and finally we came to know about this movie. It's coming out soon. We saw the trailer, which was like amazing, and the best part was like Jim Carrey, he acted so well. I think, don't you think?
Yeah, I thought he was awesome in the film.
Yeah, and also he has this unique acting style which he adapted from The Mask.
Yeah,
and he does that in every movie. But I guess that's make him different, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what makes him him. That I remember you telling me that when we watched the movie that you basically felt like he's always channeling his character from The Mask.
Yes.
Z, what do you think of that?
Z?
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, what we were saying is that he's always Pree always thinks that he's channeling his character from The Mask all the time in all this flamboyant performance.
Absolutely. I think he was kind of channeling The Mask and just being his zany self, really, kind of a bit more back to form with Jim Carrey as opposed to the more serious films he's done on film recently, and a little bit of yes man, kind of being wacky and wild and just really having fun for a Robotnik character. There was a lot of moments where he was talking to that general character, telling him that nobody cares, kind of thing, that stuff, and he was dancing and mucking about.
That was Neil McDonough, isn't it? Playing the general, the army commander. He's such a great actor, man. That guy, Neil McDonough.
Yeah.
I mean, I really want to work with that guy since Star Trek First Contact days, man. He's just the best in everything he is. Yeah. Anyway, carry on. Tell me more about your thoughts on the film.
Well, Sonic was cute, adorable, fast, unique. They portrayed it very well. What was in the game, it was actually seen, portrayed properly in the movie. I think. I'm just looking forward for the second movie. Do we know when is it coming out?
No, they haven't said anything yet about it. There's no news or any kind of development. I think obviously with this worldwide pandemic going on, studios are just taking stock in what's more important. So. There haven't been much developments on anything new. A lot of production has halted. I know that a lot of films have gotten delayed. The VOD releasing, the kind of the state is pretty grim right now in the business. But we're a strong bunch of creatives. We'll come together and weather this storm, and then there'll be a giant deluge of new stuff. We're working on stuff. I can't wait to show people some of the upcoming projects we're working on to try and get us up higher on the map.
Yeah.
It's a tough road, and this stuff kind of like, it's sort of like it kind of stops you. It's like a wall. But what do we do when we run into walls? What do Rep Knights do? We smash through them.
Absolutely.
So, we're not going to give up. We're going to keep going. And I know that other people are thinking the same. There's a lot of solidarity in the industry. Our thoughts and prayers are to everyone out there. We want them to all feel safe and, take care of themselves and stuff. And that's really what made me spearhead and push to try and get this stuff down, like actually launch House of Rep, because it was gestating for a while and I wanted it to get out there. I wanted us to start roundtabling films, doing stuff, in our downtime. But you know how things are, you're trying to do stuff, you don't find the time. And in a way, this pandemic's kind of given me time to take stock in things and, given me a little bit more freedom to actually do this and try this and see how this is going. And so far, this is just going amazing because I love putting our thoughts down, having a record of this, seeing how we feel, at this time, watching movies, how we are as filmmakers, our journey through film, and, the developments we're going to have, because, we've got a lot that we can do. What were we saying, bro? Sorry?
The other thing I would say with Sonic the Hedgehog film in particular is I think it's a great family film. I think it's perfect for an older generation who like the character and a younger generation who embrace the character moving forward.
There'll
be tons of games. There'll be maybe a few more movies that younger generations can embrace with a character like this, and he's very relatable as a character, Sonic.
That's what I've always loved about the character. Like Sonic, Mario, characters like Crash Bandicoot, they're just really universally likable. I wanted to ask Pri one question though. Yeah, I'm gonna put her on the spot. Like, Han, what was your first ever Sonic experience? Like, what was the first ever Sonic game you ever played? Like, did you play the original Sonic?
Not the original, the latest one.
Okay, so which one was that? Like, the one on the mobile?
Yes.
So your first ever experience with Sonic was Sonic Run. That one, the Android game.
Yes.
So that's really where you first experienced Sonic in its entirety, like
Sonic Dash.
Sonic Dash, sorry, I said Sonic Run, but basically Sonic Dash. This game is addictive, man. I've been playing it for ages. I play it all in my kind of like my breaks, and like anytime I get.
Did you try this game, Z?
Have you tried Sonic Dash?
Yeah. Wait, who are you asking? Yeah. Of course, I've played it.
Just checking.
Yeah, so it's the other way around for us. We've been a long time, for me and Z, this is going back to like the Mega Drive games. Sonic the Hedgehog is the first game I ever played, like as a little kid, and I freaking loved it. I mean, still to this day, it's on my phone. I play it all the time. Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, he's the top G. He's still my favorite character.
Yeah, totally, man.
Yeah. Z, what are your thoughts on it? Like when you first played it, like when we first booted up the Mega Drive and stuff?
Wow, that was like a long, long time ago. I loved the intro where it says Sega, of course.
Yeah.
And you see Sonic pop up on the title screen, and it was just amazing to see this game in full color. And running at a speed that was totally different to any other game at that time, really.
It was a lot faster in it, Mega Drive, than the SNES. Because we retroactively bought the SNES in it. We didn't buy the Super Nintendo when it was in its Mark 1 form, and like when it kind of first came out, we bought it like a lot later when Street Fighter Turbo came out.
That's right.
Isn't it? Like, yeah, because I remember we didn't really used to play it much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were really like just Genesis Mega Drive guys. We just kept our Mark 1 for ages. We never even got a Mega CD. We never got into that whole getting all the peripherals and stuff. We were just kind of like the original kind of Mega Drivers, where we just would play the classics. There were just so many games.
Which year you guys started playing the games?
It's really tough. I guess when we were young, we used to play with a lot of like toys and action figures and things like
No, the
that.
actual video
But
game.
when video games came on the market, I think
91. It was.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like about 91 when the Sega Genesis Mega Drive launched.
Yeah.
That's our first console experience.
Wow.
We never had Amigas or Ataris or Master Systems. A lot of other guys had that.
Yeah.
For us, it was the Genesis, like the Mega Drive, straight away. And since that time, we've been Sega boys. You know, we love
So
Sega
after
stuff.
29 years, you guys are watching the movie.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
That's so crazy, isn't it? It's been like almost a lifetime waiting for this thing to come out.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I got to do it because I had some wicked ideas for the film. You know, like some cool ideas. I hope that the team that do the next one do stuff similar to what I have. But you never know. Hopefully one day I get to do one. Maybe I can make the third
The
one.
second one.
Well, yeah,
No,
that's what you say.
Let's do for the second one.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Isn't it, Z? For the
It'd be
second
great.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully,
You
I know
should
we can
say
do
you
it.
should say yes, Z, not yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So should we give it a review then, Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah. So like we review it like 5 shields for the best, and then 0 shields for being the worst. So what's your rating, bro?
I would give Sonic the Hedgehog maybe 4 shields out of 5.
Okay, cool.
Only because of the criticisms I mentioned earlier is the soundtrack could have encompassed a bit more of the classic music from the Sonic games. That was my only criticism. But apart from that, it's a fantastic film and well worth watching. I would definitely recommend going to watch it on VOD or Blu-ray or DVD. Definitely.
And do you think it has good replay value, the film?
Yes, I think it does. Absolutely.
Okay, Pri, your rating?
I'll say definitely 4.
4.
Mhm.
Okay. And why is that? Why do you really like
Because I like the movie. Okay, first of all, I like the game.
it?
And it was, as I said before, it portrayed really well in the movie. And Jim Carrey was great. And even who played the hedgehog again?
Ben Schwartz.
He did great. And who's the other one again?
James Marsden played the cop.
Yes, even
Yeah.
he's great. So I think it was overall great. So that's why I give them a rate. I'm 4 shield.
Okay,
According
cool.
to you, you're 4 shield.
Yeah, wicked. So 4 shields from Pri, 4 shields from Z. It's gonna get a solid 4 from me too. I really like it a lot. It's a great film. It was lighthearted. It had good tonal beats. You know, obviously the storyline is a little bit generic. You know, that's a lot of criticisms that people have said about it. I agree with them. It was very traditional, but then that also makes the film kind of work because it's just supposed to be that. Like it would be really weird if you just took a Sonic film and then went into some weird direction with it and completely alienated the fan base. So
well, you don't want a complicated storyline for
exactly for a kind of film like this. It's just a nice popcorn kind of film, and I love those kind of things. I just want I just want to watch something that's just fun.
And it was released on Valentine's Day.
So it just has to be cool, doesn't it? So yeah, it was good. So
more like a family Valentine.
Yeah. So definitely, the aggregated score from the 3 of us is that it's a solid 4. So it's a great movie. We highly recommend you watch it.
Yeah.
And it's available on all VOD and, wherever you can get it right now, once the film releases. So most likely when you hear this podcast, the film's already out. I'll put a little tag on this to say that it has mild spoilers about the end. But hopefully you're listening to this podcast and you've already seen the film. So I want to thank... Yeah, sorry, you were saying?
If you haven't seen the film, go check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, I'm loving it right now. We're talking about stuff that we love. We're doing stuff that we love. We're creating the magic here at the House of Rep, and we're gonna catch you on the next one. So I just want to thank Pri. I want to thank Z for being on this podcast with me. I'm your host, Ray Janjua, and we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.